recording's been started. We're now discussing the official One Piece movie.
Hey, it's our first special.
Right.
The first special.
So,
The first of many.
how does this start off, Brendan?
All right. Well, it starts off just like any episode of One Piece does. Although this time we're hearing about, instead of Gold Roger for a hot sec, we're hearing about this other dude who was known as the Gold King, if I'm not mistaken, right? That was what he was.
Question.
Gold pirate.
The other pirate that they always talk about is called Gold Roger?
Yeah.
Correct.
I had no idea.
That's Gold Roger. It's in the
His
intro.
name
He's
is
Goon.
Gold
Yeah.
Roger.
Do you think I paid attention to the intro?
You can pay attention once.
I just listen to them sick tunes. All right.
It's true. Them tunes is sick. And one of my notes is the music is always top.
Yeah, the music is
never
always
stop.
top, dude. But so instead of hearing about Gold Roger, although I think we still get to the traditional opening anyway, even
We do. Immediately following it.
But we're hearing about this other pirate whose name is the Gold Captain or something like that. Something he collected a lot of gold in his life. Collected so much gold that it was said to be as big as a mountain, and he stored it all on a single island.
1/3 of the world's gold is what they said.
Wow, really?
That's a lot
They
of
actually-
gold.
yeah.
Yeah, they
That's
say
a
that.
lot of gold.
It's in a third.
That's a lot of gold.
Yeah, that's a fuck ton of gold.
Why is that all in
It makes
East
you kinda
Blue?
wonder
Okay,
how
that's already fucked, because there's
I
no
don't-
way that there's a
I
third
don't
of the
think
gold
he was
in the world
only
just
in East Blue.
Maybe it wasn't the world, but maybe
No,
it
it-
was.
That's the word.
But like even if it was a third of the world's gold, how much gold is the One Piece supposed to be then?
Well,
Oh,
Because apparently
I would
that gold
say
is more.
if it really did say a third of the world's gold, that is not the first time they've used that as a plot point. And the last time they used that as a plot point was in a different movie that was actually considered canon. Because
We're thinking too much into this.
yeah, we're going way too far ahead. But it's funny you ask that, because they have a number to that particular amount of gold later in another
One
movie.
Piece.
No, not the One Piece. The other one, the one that talks about how much gold is in this place or whatever in the movie. Whatever. Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. But I hope it really wasn't a third of the world's gold, because fuck the animators on that one. There's no way there's that much gold in East Blue. Get the fuck out of here.
And then the animators aren't at fault. Here, it's the writers, all right?
Or the writers, whatever.
Put them
Whoever
into
wrote
the
that
fire.
shit. But anyway, so moving on, we get to the opening scene or whatever, and we find our heroes who are just chilling on the merry-go, and they're all fucking starving out of their asses. And we open up with a great little Usopp bit where he's like, I got the world's biggest elephant trout, which is a reoccurring fish in the series, actually.
Wait, question.
yeah.
Hey,
Didn't it open up first with the Tobia first? Like
Oh
his ship?
yeah. You're right. I'm sorry. The very first thing that happened was like the Tobia.
First Rufus, now this.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Fuck you.
man,
So,
Yeah, he's losing
Tobia is going to be our plucky sidekick for the movie. They always have some weird plucky sidekick, and he's going to be the guy that they focus on. He, similarly to Kobe, is on a ship that gets ransacked by a bunch of pirates that is run by what's that dude's name again? The bad guy?
gold something or other.
I really forgot. And
I don't
Mr.
know.
Cat Guy, Mr. Lion.
Mr.
God.
Cat. He's
Batman.
henceforth Batman. He will be henceforth known as Batman. So Batman.
Okay.
So Batman gets.
No,
or
wait, we
ransacks
got the
the
wrong
ship.
one. The Canopy? What the hell is the screaming lady's chick? Cannery?
What?
In
What are
the
you talking about?
in DC universe?
Beats me.
Canary?
Canary.
Black
Was it
Black
Canary?
Canary?
Black
Black
Canary?
Canary's a person.
Wasn't it?
He's-
Banshee?
I'm still going with Batman.
Did
I'm
you think of
sorry.
Banshee?
All right.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, because he's got the screaming power. Actually, that's a good
Bingo.
idea. That's a good. Okay, no, I take it all back. He's Black Canary now. Fuck you. Because that's his power, is the Black Canary power. So Black Canary, the pirate, Black Canary.
For the honest,
Hyper beam.
his name was Eldoraggo, just in case.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
Drago. Well, fuck you. It's Black Canary now. So Black Canary.
For the audience,
I'll
was
drop it.
ransacking. All right, can we
This episode was particularly racist, I just want to say.
Oh, and why do
All
you
right,
say
let's
that?
skirt this line.
Or should I not ask that yet? Because I think I
wanna
know
say
why
this-
you think
I
that.
have several notes of why it's particularly racist.
Are you talking about the Native American man?
That on
There's
top
the
of
Native
El
American
Drago,
Drago is kind of
obsessed man who pays people to do his dirty work.
Wait, how
and
is
he
that
never
racist?
actually.
How was that racist?
Never mind.
You're
If I have to explain it, I'm already racist.
yeah, you're the one that's wrong here.
All right. Well, anyway, so Drago then, whatever. I liked Canary, but Drago, now I know his name, I'm going to use it. So Drago was ransacking a ship. where Tobia was, and Tobia, after Drago was ransacking it, he found the treasure to the Mountain of Gold, held by Gold Captain, what's his name? Crow or some shit like that.
It was Woonan.
Woonan. Sorry, there you go. Instead of an M, it was a W. So Woonan, your boy Woonan.
So my question was, so at the very beginning of the movie, Toby, I'll just call him by that because I don't feel like saying the rest of his name.
This is I call him Kobe 2.0.
Kobe
Yeah,
2.0 is definitely
Kobe
good.
clone with black hair and a red and black shirt.
Yes.
Thing. So he starts off on a completely different ship, and we already know that about his grandpa.
A ship is a strong word for the box that he's in.
Fair.
A box with a flag. That's definitely not a
So
ship.
that kid just happened to be on the same ship that had the map.
Well, no, they were already on. They were already on it, and he rode up in his box and was like, "What's going on there?" And then found Khal Drogo destroying the entire ship.
See, I didn't even remember. That's because I was about to be like, Devin, I agree with you. That's fucked up. But if that's what I don't even know.
I remember being in a box. I don't remember the box bit.
Yeah, no, he was floating. He was floating down the
box.
sea in a box, and he happened upon the ship. And Khal Drogo was already on it, had killed everybody, grabbed the map, and he gets found out.
You're calling it Khal Drogo.
Well,
Game of Thrones.
He's definitely Khal Drago now.
He's a
Fuck
Khal
it.
No. Don't you put
You
that
guys gotta stop
Drago
changing
now.
the name.
Do not taint that name.
Too bad.
I don't care about Batman universe, but do not be dragging my Game of Thrones then.
It's too late, kid. Khal Drago. In fact, the fact that anyone wants it to not be Khal Drago, henceforth, Khal Drago.
So
that's
Batman.
the opening scene. That's the opening scene.
All right, so yeah, then we get back to the Straw Hats, and they're doing their bits, talking about being hungry as shit, and Nami is yelling at everyone, being like, well, if you guys didn't fucking eat all the goddamn food, Luffy, why'd you eat it in 3 days? And he's like, I didn't eat it in 3 days, I ate it in 2.
Did it in 2.
I was like, God damn it. And then Nami and him start getting pissed off at each other. And at that point, that's when some 3 goons are rolling up and just casually, very casually, just jumping onto the ship, stealing all the gold and about to dip out of there. And at some point when they come outside, Nami's like, wait a minute, who the fuck are you kids? And they're like, well, we're thieves. We're taking your gold. Meanwhile, as the treasure's getting stolen, Nami's like, are any of you going to fucking do anything about this? And they're like, well, I mean, they could be like nice people. I mean, it's stolen goods anyway. I mean, can we really hate them for stealing the stolen goods? And then one of them's like, hey, well, you know what we can do? We'll just throw you some rice balls and we'll call it even, right? And they're like, hell yeah, you can call it even.
What kind of robbing pirates keep rice balls on them? It's like what's something in Japanese that we can throw at them? Rice balls.
It's like, what's something we can use to get them off our tail if they catch us? Rice balls.
Rice balls. I mean,
Also,
this is even the first time that rice balls have been like a prominent like what's the word like plot element, because I mean that was like a whole thing with Zoro's little arc when they first met, where like the little girl was trying to give him rice balls and shit. I don't know, I think I definitely don't want to say this is the last time that rice balls are prevalent for any particular plot point.
You mean in the Japanese show, rice balls become a plot point? What? Guys,
I don't
come
know.
on. You guys are overthinking this. All right, you calm down.
So back to my point about racism. So,
they're Japanese anyway. Are they racist if they do it in their own shit?
I'm kidding. I was gonna make a donut reference.
So they that's how the fucking original 4Kids dub would do everything. Everything was a donut, not a rice ball. That was fucking weird. But regardless, they agree. They're like, oh yeah, dude, they throw us some food. They're gotta be chill guys. And after they start leaving with the treasure, Luffy's like, hey, wait a minute, can we get any more? We're still hungry. And then like one dude fucking like not really point blank, like square between
dude, he
eyes.
like rapid fire just like
fuck
gats him.
Dude, he
that was the fastest gat I've ever seen. This is a show about pirates. I dig this. This makes more sense. And then they just keep reaching into a barrel of yes, it was like
I mean, okay. To be fair, can we?
I was totally for that. I was totally for that because I was like, yes,
hilarious.
They're doing it accurately. They're not going like fucking it's a 9mm like shooting shit. They're like reaching into a barrel of fucking pistols and they're all fucking unloading on the guy.
Yeah, they're all one-shot pistols too. They're not reloading them or anything.
Exactly, because they're
just like,
flintlock.
oh, it's
It totally
fired,
makes
dump it.
sense. And I was just like, this is perfect.
These
For me,
kids literally
we
are
have
out
that
here
going
acting like
finally.
Reaper. They're like, I have fired. Get rid of it.
No, yeah, and to me, it was like the first time ever in a movie where they accurately portray guns.
I'm glad that you vibed with that, Devin.
Throwing with all the fucking guns.
Well,
Yeet, yeet.
So as they're shooting him, they're like, "Well, what the fuck? This dude's still alive!" And yeah, so Luffy's obviously the rubber man, so he was doing just fine. And while they're in the middle of that gunfight, that's when Eldoraggo, our antagonist, comes out of nowhere and is like, "Aha! I am doing bad guy things now today. This is my introduction moment." And then his goons are like, "Oh, wait a minute, is he doing the stance? Oh God, if he's doing the stance, he must be doing the attack."
He's doing the Rasen Shuriken with his gun.
The Rasen Shuriken.
And then
If you
Khal
look
Drogo
closely,
used
the Kamehameha
Hyper
wave.
Beam.
Or Hyper Beam. And yeah, so they dip out of the ship along with the kid. No, the kid stays on the ship, I think.
That was the one thing that I remember my first note. So these goons, the three of them, badass monsters with pistols, all right? I'm just going to throw that out there again.
Sure.
Fuckers take these huge fucking bags of treasure. Now I'm going to estimate that since it's gold, that it's about 50 pounds per bag, right?
Uh-huh.
And they each grab one and jump in the water and swim at least 100 feet with 50 pounds of metal.
Oof. And you're probably not.
Most people can't even swim with a medicine ball in their hand, and that's 15.
Now, I will say that in One Piece world, you will find some very powerful swimmers eventually, like as time goes on. Believe me, they will not be the only. But especially if we're just talking like goons, yeah, no, I agree completely. That's some bull.
Or Looney Tunes shit where like, oh, hyper beams coming at us. I grab all the gold and drown.
Then we continue on. We meet our big baddie Eldoraggo, and he shoots his fucking hyper beam Kamehameha wave, which is via a sound blast. And I really like the moment that it happened too, because like they fired directly at the Mary, and somehow they all got sent like flying or something. I didn't really get all that.
Usopp was on the ship. He was the only one.
Usopp stayed with the ship. Nami.
Nami stayed on the ship, and Zoro. It's very low key. They don't even have a subtitle for it. But Zoro yells Luffy, and he jumps in to save him.
Yeah. He jumped on
Nami got
that's why him and
Nami got on the Drago ship, and Luffy and Zoro got bored.
They never showed Nami doing it. They just she was just sort of there.
Yeah, she was on their ship. She never was on the Mary one missing.
No, right, but when the Mary got hit, she stayed on the ship. It was later on when she got on their ship.
No, because she was on their ship when they saw the Mary.
Right,
she used
but
the binoculars to see the Mary.
Right. But we never see her go, oh, I'm going to go to that ship over there.
You're right. She teleports. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we're talking about teleporting
that's
man with 50 pounds of gold on his back to the water. I'm at this point, it's Japan. Like you guys always say, it's anime. Somehow she did it. She like shadow clone jutsu'd her ass over there.
Hey, I'm just saying, man, if you nitpick everything, do we want to nitpick every shonen in existence? Because I don't think you're going to like Naruto.
Right? Oh, do I got a bone for that one?
You just watched the man stretch his arm really, really far. You're going to question this?
Yeah, but there's science to it. He ate a fruit.
Oh, yeah? Oh, okay.
He ate a magical god. We know
Getting way out of hand.
All right, we're getting wasting a lot of time here. So so he fires his cannon, whatever thing. They all get separated. And I really like that bit for a half sec, because while everyone was like worried about it, that Luffy looked and he was like, "Bro, that's some sick fucking shit," because he loves lasers. That's gonna be a reoccurring bit when he sees.
I don't remember hearing that. In the Japanese version. He doesn't do anything like that.
No, well, it was his face. Like he had like a happy face when he saw the laser. He was like, "Dude, man, that's some sweet looking shit right there."
You think a man gets that voice just randomly? No, he has to practice every day.
Yeah, he's got to practice that. Yeah, he's like the belly button laser guy. It doesn't just become. you gotta practice that shit.
You have a belly button laser stronger. Style.
I mean, Drago's got some style. You see those gold nails? You see those gold nails, my guy. All right, but anyway, so they all separate, and we find ourselves with Luffy and Zoro specifically in the shipwreck, and then they meet up with the Kobe 2.0.
I'm not gonna lie, I like the way that they introduced him to them the second time, technically, because the first time is they see him is when he's crushed under Luffy being, a missing rubber band. But like when they're on the board, like you don't see him in frame, and then like Luffy shrugs, and then he pops into frame.
So then we find out that he was captured or whatever. He was working for the enemy, blah, blah, blah. Same shit as Kobe. Then Zoro and Luffy are like, okay, wait a minute. Everyone shut the fuck up. They sniff the air and they're like, dude, we smell Odin, which is like Japanese soup or some shit like that. And then out of nowhere,
stew, technically.
Yeah,
like
it's stew-like.
But so then they're like, well, fuck all this shit. We got to get this Odin. And then they find some broken ass paddles and they're just like paddling.
No. They don't find broken paddles. They rip the boat
out of the board.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they rip the board apart and make paddles out of them.
I just like the fact how they can go from like sailboats to speedboats just by.
That is not the only time that'll ever happen. That happens a lot.
This is that Looney Tune logic.
Yeah, for sure.
This whole episode or this whole movie was like one giant Looney Tune episode.
And they know exactly where to go. Their noses do not fail them here.
They're like the best. They're better than fucking bloodhounds.
No, dude, it's like when they're on the ocean, or like normally they're both idiots that can't get anywhere they need to be. But when they smell food, don't worry, they don't even need Nami. They know exactly where to go.
They don't even need to know where.
That's going to be about 45 degrees to the north and about 6 degrees south.
6 foot south at 45 degrees north. Please adjust.
God damn it. But so they go directly to the Odin shop and then they meet Gonzo. I remember his name. Or Gonzo. I think it's Gonzo.
The legend
Gonzo, dude. He's like an old man who just literally has his own little Odin boat. He just makes Odin. He's on the open sea. He's not the only one who does that. That is not uncommon. So he's just out there, and it just so happens that he's Kobe 2.0's granddad. They just so happen to meet him and find him, which I was like, all right, exposition, plot. We like it. So he's like, all right, well, then everybody just go ahead and start digging in. Time to eat some food. And then Zoro and Luffy are like, fuck yeah, this is the best shit ever. And so they're just chowing down. Luffy's eating way more than Zoro. And Zoro's trying to like take his time and he's looking at his swords for half a second.
Luffy like eats his food out of his hands. Like,
yeah, dude, he does. He takes his plate, just starts eating the shit out of it. And Zoro's like, I'm going to fucking kill you. And they start tackling each other.
It's so funny because he eats it like a madman and Zoro just taking his time enjoying the food. And he goes back for seconds. He goes, hold up. Where'd it go?
Luffy eats both off of his own plate. Will eat a handful directly from the source, then put some on his plate, then go back to the source, then go back to his plate, then go back to the source, and just like a repeating like, why even bother putting it on your plate? Just like,
we're just gonna fucking steal that shit, dude. But yeah, so then they start fighting each other, and then we find out a little bit more about Kobe and Granddad, and Kobe's like, well, I'll never be like you. You're a waste of space. You suck. I hate you. And the Granddad's like, it's okay. You can hate me. I'm a man.
I just want to make Odin.
I just want to make Odin. That's all that matters in life. And then
speaking of which, your bill.
Speaking of which, your bill. And he starts calculating his whole fucking bill.
Was honestly my favorite part about this whole episode was just like the mad like math to it.
I was gonna say this guy's got a job as an accountant.
Yeah, dude. He kept track of everything. He's like, yes, you ate 137 shellfish, 39 fucking potatoes, and 70 pieces of pork, blah 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 blah. And then
equivalent like the Jeff Bezos of fucking food. Like he's got that math down to the fucking berry.
He wasn't even looking at them.
And then speaking of, so he's got like 400-ish items that have been consumed, and he's like, yes, and it all comes down to a rounded 11 berries. Now, for anyone who doesn't really understand currency in this world, I don't really know about exchange rate between gold to berry, but 11 berries is essentially like 11 cents.
Yeah.
So they literally just ate like everything in his whole fucking store for 11 cents.
And what do they do? That's like 18 steals.
All right. But let's theorize here. Let's conspirize here. What if he didn't need any gold, right? Because he low key killed his. Maybe spoilers a bit here. Maybe he stole the gold.
Hypothetically speaking, he is the one.
Maybe he's the gold pirate
king. The gold king.
Oh, well, see, I made a note of that. I went, this grandpa is either nobody or is Woonan himself.
I honestly, I was the exact same thing.
I was entirely expecting him to turn out to be Woonan at this point.
I didn't expect it when I met him. I probably just didn't have my One Piece brain open in time, but I definitely would not have been surprised if he was.
Brain. It's just like watching TV that's predictable brain.
He suffered from a mental illness, so there was no other best friend. It was himself.
It was always him. and then he did what Captain Kuro did and made a body double take his place.
That'd be good.
But anyway, so yeah, 11 cents was the bill. And then I love this next bit too. they're like so they didn't have any money, and then Luffy's like, you know what, no, I got this, don't worry. And I want it to be clear, he never left them an IOU. The fucking thing said, and I quote, from the future Pirate King, Mickey Luffy.
He gave him an autograph.
All he did to pay was give him a fucking autograph and went like
on a rock, mind you.
On a rock.
My question is this: where did he get the rock?
He just had it.
He just had it. I mean, he's fucking Luffy. He must have like 20 rocks for just this equation.
Pocket of holding.
He's got his like jean shorts, man. He's got some shit in there.
I mean, he is made of rubber. I mean, you could put it somewhere, that prison pocket.
Yikes. That's like that. Like one bullet tries to hit him, and then like suddenly like it shatters, and he's like, "Oh, whoa, what the hell?" But so then they're trying to leave, and then the dude's like, you guys are eating runners, are ya? Well, get the fuck back in here. They pull him back into the boat, and then I think we leave the boat at that point, and then we go
to Nami.
Then we cut to Nami, who was on Drago's ship. So they make their way to the island, and then we're met with when the pirates get there, Nami lets them get off the boat for a quick sec, and then she's like scouting around, and then she sees that the Mary made its way there, and so did Usopp. And as she's like, spyglassing it, she's like, "Oh, Usopp's here," and then Usopp literally gets caught by the three goons. Like,
he's got himself a snake in this time.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm surprised that man didn't make it out alive. That whole solid snake plan, like with all the goons that we've seen. My bad. Metal Gear Usopp. I totally agree with it. He has a silencer kill. We all know he has a silencer gun.
He's got a silenced pistol, dude.
He's got a silenced slingshot.
Then when the three goons are like, "Who the fuck are you?" He's like, I'm a adventurer. I am a treasure hunter. You just leave me alone. You won't be able to find the treasure without me. And then that's when the captain and the rest of the goons show up. And clearly that's also when Devin's favorite character in the whole movie shows up as well, the Native American samurai. So that's when they show up with Usopp, and Usopp's like, I know everything about the treasure here. I'm a treasure hunter. I was friends with Wuhan. And they were like, "Oh shit, no kid. Well, here, read this fucking map. Like, we don't know what the last clue is." And then Usopp's reading, and he's like, blah, 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 something about a whale facing north. Well, and then that's when it cuts off. He's like, well, when the whale faces north, when the whale faces west, then the tail faces east. And then they're like, "Oh my God, it makes so much sense." And then Usopp even pans back to the camera. He's like, "Wow, these guys are retarded." But good for us. And
you guys are idiots.
Honestly, besides the fact of their physical might, like, these boys are swole. They are definitely not that intelligent.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Like, these guys are some strong ass boys swimming 100 meters with 50 pounds on their back each, being able to fucking teleport, being able to fucking
no, that's not
a mountain away.
The only one who can teleport so far is Nami. All right, that's not fair.
My bad. I'm on to you, Nami. I'm on to you. But yeah, so then they start heading over to the whale, I guess, or they start following the treasure. And I think that's when we meet up with Zoro and Luffy and the old man and Kobe 2.0. Yeah, they just show up. And I agree 100%. There is no way, unless they were somehow, some way tailing the ship at some point, how could they ever know where to go or how to get there? Because there was only the one map. Because he's Woonan.
Yes, we've already gone over the theory. We got to move on. So then Zoro and Luffy are like tied up or whatever, and the old man's like, "Yeah, I ain't gonna let you fuckers get out of here." And they're like, "We know why you brought us here."
Chains to an anchor.
Well, yeah, the anchor itself is tied around him, right? I think
that thing's heavy. Luffy is strong as hell.
Oh, there's no denying that.
Do you remember the part where Zoro like fucking picked up that concrete steel cage that Luffy was in? Just
no, don't get me wrong. Like, these boys are swole. Like, this is just another example of skinny strength goals.
Yeah, dude, skinny strength goals. That's what I'm saying. That's why we out here eating. That's me. It's me.
But, you mean not you?
Yeah. I mean, not me right now, but we're gonna get there someday. So yeah, they're on the boat. Then the old man's like, "Yeah, I ain't gonna let you fuckers get away." And then Kobe 2.0 goes out into the creek. The hat blows away or whatever. And then Luffy's like, "Hey, Kobe 2.0, can you grab that, please? I don't want to lose it." And then Kobe 2.0 is like, "Got you, fam." And
like, "Oh, what the fuck, bro? Why you dipping on your skill or your not skills? Your training, your Naruto training." And then he's like,
yeah.
fuck you, Grandpa, smash plates and runs. And Luffy's like, give me my fucking hat.
Yeah, so the grandpa says something to like piss off Kobe 2.0, and Kobe 2.0 is like, you know what, I don't need this shit, I don't need you, you're a fucking loser, I'm gonna go join Wuhan's crew and it's gonna be great.
Woonan.
I'm gonna start my own pirate crew with bitches and hookers and you're not gonna be a part of it. And then he runs away with the hat, and then Luffy's like, well, yo, bitch, give me that fucking hat back. And so
I do want to make a comment about after they leave. I'm telling you, this is where my theory begins. That look, the look of murder in the old man's eye after looking at his plates that were just smashed by Toby.
Yeah. He looked at those plates.
Like, if you could see like Naruto vision, you could see the 5th Jinchuriki behind him. Like,
oh man, dude,
you can see it.
You could see like the aura of death as he saw those plates, those 4 fucking defenseless plates,
like, I'm gonna do
shattered
it
on the ground. I'm a fucking here. I go killing again.
You're gonna do it again now, aren't you? But with Toby, we're already here, Gonzo. Because he's Woonan, he's talking to his friend who's dead.
This is this is canon theory as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, so then we got Luffy and Zoro who are running through the woods and they're chasing after Kobe 2.0, and they catch up with them, and then Luffy's like, "Hey, Kobe, I get it. You're pissed off. Can you just like stop and give me the hat for a quick second?" He's like, "Oh yeah, sure. Sorry about that."
I love that exchange. That exchange alone was just like, "Oh yes, I'm
totally the one running away with your hat. I'm the asshole in this situation. My bad." Like, why are you? Fucking whatever. But
I just like the fact how Luffy's like, all right, we're gonna go back.
Yeah, well, I think for a split second they have like a little thing where Luffy was like, "Yeah, well, you shouldn't be old." Did he tell him like not to be so hard on the old man or something? And then like,
no, he just like talks about his own ambitions and like, I'm gonna go be the Pirate King or whatever. And the kid's like, if only I was stronger, I could go join Wuhan's fucking.
Why'd you guys keep calling him Wuhan? His name is Woonan.
I know it is. I just keep calling it Wuhan because it's funny to watch you bitch about it.
First Indians, now Wuhan and Rufus.
Didn't you know this is actually just this is an episode that is secretly just the Corona pandemic?
Welcome, hey, hello everybody. Welcome to Let's Grind Devin's Gears.
So he's like, I'm gonna join Woonan's crew, but I'm not strong enough. And Luffy's just like, well, just get stronger, Kappa. And the kid's like, what? That's not how this works. And he walks away at that point.
Literally how this works.
Yeah, that is completely just yeah. That was a bit that I wanted to mention too. Was like, I wish I was strong like you, and he was just like, so fucking be stronger. You
just get stronger,
bitch. It's literally that simple. It's like, oh well, I didn't know it worked that way. It's like it does.
No, he got mad. He said, "This is just simple thought process."
Right?
That kid is the one rational kid in the entire universe.
There usually are these like little sidekicks are like, what do you mean the power of friendship? And Luffy's just like, I don't know, it just works. And they're like, that's not how this.
Sir, you do know that's just called cheating in card games, right? No, it's called the power of friendship. It's not.
I would say that Luffy gives a shit about the power of friendship. He just believes in determination and fucking not being a little bitch when you're faced with obstacles. You just fucking do it, fam.
And then
rarely does friendship save him, I would say. Usually just plot armor saves him. Right. Determination and plot armor.
I mean, it's rubber armor, so yeah.
Right, yeah, rubber armor, exactly. But then we cut to, I think, the pirates and Usopp again, and they made it to the whale, and then the whale is, and then they're like, yes, the whale's pointed to the west, and then we look to the east, and then, there's a castle over yonder.
A very phallic-looking castle.
Yeah, it's very. Thanks,
I guess
that's more temple than castle.
Yeah, I would call it more of like a temple or something.
My bad. Phallic-looking temples.
Either way, did they call it a temple or I don't even know.
It's a castle.
Yeah, okay, they call it. I would agree. It looks more like a temple. But anyway, so then I don't know if there's another scene that happens somewhere, but then they fast forward and they're in front of the temple or whatever, and then Usopp. Then they were talking about some shit. They're like, hey, okay, well, take us to the treasure then. And then Usopp.
No, they were like mad. They're like, so where's the treasure? Like they were like you said we're here. Where's the gold?
Yeah. And then Usopp was like,
In comes the teleporter.
Oh, I'm out.
Yep. Wait. Then we got our, Shadow Clone Jutsu all of a sudden here.
Yeah, no, he was like, I don't know. And they're like, you ain't knew it. You suck dick. We're going to fucking murder you now. And that's when Nami comes out of nowhere and it goes, I knew it. Blah, blah, blah. Or whoever the Hakanama or whatever the fuck she named him.
Called him like Josephine.
No, Josephine was her. I
Yeah.
don't Konosuke or something like that. I don't know.
Konosuke? Yeah, that sounds right. Something like Konosuke. Konosuke, I knew it. You're a fucking idiot. How dare you bring all these people to Wuhan's treasure? And then he's like, the fuck? She's like, it's me, Persephone, or Josephine or whatever. How dare you fucking ruin his good name? And then Usopp's like, we're doing a bit here. I can do this.
It makes
I'm
the
good at this."
smuggest face.
The smuggest face in all of Smug. He's like, I can do this. This is lying. I'm good at this. And
I do this all the time.
he's like, oh no, Josephine, I'm the worst. I can't believe that I brought them all the way here, and that I told them that if they could just dig underneath the thing and for 3 days straight, they'll find the treasure. Oh God, I would never tell them otherwise unless it was a serious. And he's like, oh, and then Nami's like, all right, you're laying another little thick here, buddy. They're not going
But they fucking buy it.
and they buy it anyway. Because you know what? That's the way One Piece world works. Because they're fucking idiots, every single one of them. And so then after they're doing all that thing, the Nami's like, all right, well, 3 days will be enough time for us to get out of this and find the treasure ourselves. And then after that, the dude's like, everyone stand back, the antagonist guy. And then everyone's like, what's going on, boss? He's like, we don't need 3 days. I just need 10 seconds or some shit like that. And he starts pumping himself up, and everyone's like, oh shit, he's going to blow the place down. And Nami and Usopp are like, the fuck? And he starts fucking blowing some shit up all over the place. He starts screaming at it. Fucking lasers are flying.
He's not even aiming down.
like
He's
at the
just
castle.
yelling.
Yeah, he's like aiming like at the castle. He's not
just
digging
blowing up
down.
the
He's
castle.
blowing up the castle, dude. He doesn't give a shit. He's a fucking moron. And then the explosion is what trips Zoro and Luffy to figuring out where to go, and then we get a little running montage of them like kind of trying to make it there. And
No,
I
that's
don't
not how it
remember.
happened. That's not how it happened.
Uh-huh.
Pretty sure it is.
Because no, what happens is they're wandering around because they're lost, and then they hear the screams from Yelly Boy, and so he runs over there and says, "Be quiet."
Oh, yeah, because when they first get there, they're
He's
like,
"Stop being so damn loud."
literally Luffy like
Oh,
in front of him, and he's like,
which way
dude,
is north?
could you fucking not? Like he literally walks up, he's like, dude, you're like literally screaming. Can you just stop? Like it's really obnoxious. We're trying to enjoy our day. And he's like, who the fuck are you guys? And he's like, well, I'm Luffy. I'm gonna be king of the pirates, or probably some shit. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he's like, nonsense. And he starts getting ready to do like a stabby move. Oh no, actually, he introduces himself as Luffy, and he does that really sweet bit where he spins around and he's like, and this guy on my back is Zoro, and Zoro's just like, what's up?
Conscious at that point because he got hit in the head, like
Which is weird because they say his name's Zoro, and normally he's a pretty infamous name, and nobody gets it until he comes out later.
Until he comes out later with the 3 swords, and they're like, "Oh no, it's Pirate Hunter Zoro!"
They're like, oh no, it's Fire Runner Zoro. But he literally got
Zoro,
introduced years ago.
Like you literally met this guy like forever ago, and he literally said hi, but whatever. Anyway, but yeah. So then he starts doing like an attack or something, and then Zoro, through the magic of editing, pulls out a blade and gets one in his mouth. Yeah, he gets his mouth blade out, and he starts deflecting.
That's one hell of a sit up. I'm telling you.
What?
Like,
That's one hell of a what?
okay, his swords are always on his hip, right?
Oh yeah.
His arms are bound, right?
Yep.
So he had
Allegedly.
to bend through chains.
Allegedly.
Nah, dude, what he did was he had Luffy use his neck.
No.
stretch
This
to
is
grab
my point. I'm telling you, Zoro can suck his own dick.
I
I'm
don't
telling
doubt
you.
it.
I'm telling you. Now the real
Luffy can do
question
a lot
is.
more.
Now the real
He can
question
brim
is,
himself.
do you think he has?
No.
Probably not. He's a man of morals.
I don't know if he's done all that.
His girlfriend's dead. I mean,
He's a man of morals.
Wow, this is like a lot of philosophical talk. I think I would believe probably more so that Luffy just kind of from around the corner was like, all right, I know that he's getting attacked. I'll just try to give him a
the
sword.
old reach around.
Exactly. I would
Yeah.
believe that Luffy went
Yeah.
back there and might have accidentally grabbed the wrong knob, if you know what I'm saying. But
I meant to grab your dick, but I accidentally your others.
I was going for your. Sorry, fam. I was going for your dick, but I actually got you one of your swords. I hope that's cool.
I went
like,
to reach
"Oh,
for
that's
your
great."
saber, but I grabbed your katana instead. Conveniently, the one of your dead girlfriend, the one you use in your mouth.
Right. And it's always the convenient one that manages to find his way into his mouth too, which is fine. Whatever.
I'm telling you, got a little screw loose. Just
Wow, fucking rude. But yeah, so then he starts fighting off the dude or whatever, and he's like, "Oh man, if only I had all 3 swords, I'd kick this dude's ass." And then they're just duking it out, and at some point they switch, and no, they didn't switch. No, Zoro was on the offensive, and they jumped down a ravine or something. And as Zoro's getting closer to the boss, he's like, "Luffy, do you mind like not stopping me?" And Luffy's like, "I'm not." And then
I feel like that was my favorite.
But he is.
Right there.
But he is.
Not on purpose, but he is.
Right, yeah, exactly. And they slowly pant over to the foot that's caught in the corner, and it's just like,
No, it was the anchor.
It's trapped underneath the anchor, yeah, because the anchor got caught on the ledge, and his foot was in between the ledge and the anchor, and he was just
right, yeah. And then it's like, well, yikes, that sucks. Next thing you know, they slowly get rubber banded,
Looney
and then next
Tunes.
thing you know, Looney Tunes were blasted off again. And
Pokemon.
I'm sorry, Pokemon were blasting off again.
Yeah, Team Rocket.
And so through all that nonsense, then they're like, all right, well, I guess we're just going to go right back to digging. And then they're like, wait a minute, what happened to Josephine and Kanasuke? And then we just cut to the whale again. And Nami and Usopp just was like, yeah, we're out of this shit in the middle of all that. And they caught up with Zoro and Luffy at the top of the whale. Then they're just talking about like the treasure and whatnot. And they're like, yeah, dude, like this is the island with like a great treasure on it. And we got to fucking find it. And Usopp's like, yeah, I got them. Or I didn't know what else to do. I told them to go to the whale or go west or whatever from there. Well, and then Nami was like, well, don't worry, guys. I got the map. And then they're like, no shit, you got the map? Fuck yeah.
Now, this next part, this is actually fairly accurate in comparison to like all anime on the planet. Scorching is an actual technique that people have done.
Right.
Right, yeah. No,
I thought it was fucking hilarious. I thought they were going to be like, oh my God, is that something? Like, they're going to do something serious and it's going to work. Like, oh, this is cool. They might, like, how crazy would it be to burn? Like that would be stupid for this. Poof, burns. Like, that was my reaction. Like, during that scene, I was like, oh, sweet, a real life thing. Like, this movie's pretty cool so far. Got accurate guns, got accurate scorching, and it's on fire.
And it's gone.
See that? I mean, I would have been mad if they actually got it to work like a real pirate thing. This is One Piece, dude. Fuck off.
That's what I mean. But like, as a person who was not thinking, oh yeah, right, this is One Piece. This was like, oh my God, this is so cool. They're doing something creative, and they're showing how Nami's a G. No.
Well, I mean,
she just fucked up.
She is.
Out of all of them, Nami is a fucking genius. It just so happens that once in a while she's also just as much of a fucking idiot.
But to be fair, on Nami's part, scorching is hard. Like I've tried that before. It is fucking hard.
Yeah, just when you put like a light underneath like some paper, and then the paper is supposed to like reveal something if it's been properly
if they've written
with or whatever. Yeah.
If you write on paper with lemon juice and you scorch the bottom by lightly rubbing heat on the bottom, you can use an oven or a fucking hair dryer to do the same thing, and it'll show up secret messages.
Yeah.
That's what they did in the Constitution, if you remember, right, from the Nicolas Cage movie.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, fucking national treasuring this shit. And then it like pauses for a few seconds, and then Nami's like, well, I guess we're going to the Grand Line. And everyone's like, shut your fucking mouth, you bitch, you ruined this. What are you doing? What the fuck is the matter with you? You can't just change the subject. And then they're like, because they're all fucking pissed. And then
then they figure out that the tail was actually pointing to the other side of the island.
The tail was north.
It was pointing north, like they said.
Yep,
like the idiots first pointed out.
So yeah, they talk about the riddle again. Usopp's like, I think it had something to do about a whale pointing west. So I said the tail pointed east, and then they're like, oh wait, but the tail's not pointing east. It's pointing that away, and then it's pointing to
the obvious plateau on the entire mountain.
So yeah, that's what's funny though. There are literally only two really obvious landmarks.
There's three landmarks that are very noticeable on this fucking island that people apparently can't find treasure on. Whale,
right?
Castle, fucking plateau with a house on top.
So it was at the plateau with the house.
I guess it's not under every single palm tree. I guess there's there's no treasure at all.
We give up.
To be fair, also nobody knows that this is the island. They just know that because they have the map. There's like hundreds of other islands.
Woonan did. I'm going to call him Woonan. I don't care if his name's Gonzo. His name's Woonan in my heart.
That's because he's an enigma.
Because he
is Woonan, and he buried Gonzo fucking cave
Yeah.
and lived out his life with his family.
All right, we
Yeah.
can't keep going back to that plot element. All right, we're done with that. So we move on, and they realize, yes, it's at the fucking cliff, and so they all go to the fucking cliff. They all start climbing around it, and that's when Kobe 2.0 like starts to fall, and then Usopp's like, "Dude, I got you, dude. You got to be careful." And he's like, "I'm too weak for all this." And then Luffy or somebody was like, "Well, then fucking get good, jackass." Like, I don't know what to tell you. Stop being a little bitch. And so they make it around. They get to the cave, and then that's when we meet Gonzo or Wuhan, the real Wuhan, whatever. He just so happens to fucking be there at the base of the cliff. And then they're all like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And he's like, "Well, I knew Wuhan, and if I knew him as well as I think I did, this is where he would want to put his treasure." And I was
confirming my suspicion. This boy felt guilt for killing Gonzo, and he knew that Gonzo liked that dish. He was bringing him a dish because he was regretting murdering him still. And he was doing it alone because, Toby couldn't climb the mountain because he's a weak little bitch.
Yikes, man.
Yeah,
That's deep thoughts.
He knew where everything, he knew. That boy knew. He had no treasure map. He knew nothing about where Gonzo would be on the fucking mountain, or my bad, Woonan, quote, being on that plateau. There's no way. There is no way that boy knew.
God damn, man, that's what it is.
I'm telling you, he killed Gonzo, kept the recipe because he realized it was worth more than the mountains of gold that he had, and killed him, took the recipe, and made even more money.
God, it makes so much sense. I believe you, Devin. I'm on your side. Then Gonzo was like, "Yeah, we used to be really good friends, and I studied under his dad on how to make soup and shit, how to make Odin, and back when his dad, or when Wunan's dad died, he had a single gold nugget in his hand, and that really pissed him off because he thought to himself, my old man worked his entire life, and this is all he has to show for it." And that's when Gonzo comes up and he's like, "Dude, you can't think about it like that. Like, money is like an object, all right? It doesn't laugh, it doesn't cry, it doesn't have feelings, it doesn't bring real joy." And then Wuhan's like, "Fuck all that shit, dude. I'm gonna be a great pirate. I'm gonna find all the gold in the world. You're the fucking weakling." But he, like, in addition to calling him a weakling, he's like, "But you have what it takes to be my right-hand man, so are you gonna fucking join me?" within 2 sentences of each other. And he's just like, "Bro, I can't. No, I have my life here. This is what I want to do." And then Wunan was like, "Well, you're a fucking weak bitch." And then they start grappling for some reason. And the pirate flag starts to like fly out of Wunan's hands that he was holding. And he grabs it before it falls over. And then they both almost fall over the cliff when Gonzo catches him. And then Wunan's like hanging over the edge of the cliff. But then Gonzo and Wunan both fall down the cliff. And then they get caught by a tree branch in the middle of the cliff.
And like every fucking cliff in any.
Oh yeah, dude.
There's always that one branch that happened.
That one tree branch that's there to catch you, dude. So yeah, then they're hanging at the bottom of the cliff by the pirate flag that's slowly being ripped, and Gonzo's holding onto Wunan's face or waist or whatever as they're slowly about to fall to their death. So as he's falling, he starts telling the story. He's like, "Yeah, but as I was falling, luckily there was a ship passing by at right that exact moment that I crashed into, and it broke every damn bone in my body, and I was out for like 2 weeks or some shit like that." And but before he woke up out of his coma, Wunan had already left. So he was like, "That was the last time I saw Wunan." And then he became the gold captain from here on out, or whatever. And I haven't seen him ever since. So then we come back to the present. Then Gonzo's like, "And I'm here because I want to see my friend, and I'm going to show him, but I'm going to give him this fucking pot of soup, even if it fucking kills me."
Which magically appears on his head.
Was it not there before the flashback?
I don't think it was.
It wasn't there.
God damn it!
It's just there now.
The magic
It's like tied to his head and everything.
Yeah, so that it stays shut.
Yep. I do remember it was tied to his head, but I don't remember if it was there before or after the flashback.
Pretty sure it wasn't.
Well, and then we get teleporting. See, now the soup's teleporting. All right, wake up, sheeple. But so then they're like, all right, bet. So we're gonna go find this dude. Then they go down or go up some stairs or something. And they go down like the
they just keep climbing.
Yeah, they just keep climbing the side of the mountain.
And then they get to the base of the mountain when they find a little house, and inside the house, so they go into the house, and they're like, "Oh, dude, this must be like where the treasure is," and like they're just kind of like walking really quick, and it just literally cuts to Zoro, no warning. He's like walking in front of the fireplace, and he just like looks at it from the side and just shoves it. And then there's a sign in Japanese, which I can only imagine says like treasure room here or some shit like that. And then it's like, dude, wait, Zoro, how the fuck did you know? And he's like, I'm not a goddamn idiot. Where else would it fucking be in a situation like this?
I mean,
like,
to be fair,
that's fair.
my man Zoro, like that was a like nat 20 perception check.
He literally walked in, rolled a nat 20, and is like, well, I already know exactly where to go.
I knew before we got here.
And then that's when the house fucking explodes, or they hear something outside that blows the house up, or
Doesn't
whatever.
Zoro like get like alerted? He's like, guys, get down.
Oh yeah.
He, like,
That's actually a pretty good bit. Yeah. No. What he
Like,
does
his
is
perception is on point this
Okay,
episode.
so this is a thing too. Zoro is what he sensed was the samurai guy about to blow up the house, because he's the one that slashed it. I do remember this moment. If you're like somebody that like that's like
it's
a
the
sword
warrior's
person.
heart that he senses.
Yeah. He's like, it's like that reoccurring thing of like I can always like fight or like hear like
It's
from
a killing intent.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
forgot something. We forgot to mention something before they get to the castle, like the goons and everything.
Oh, where he slashes the gigantic mound in half. Yeah, I had a note about that.
No, I have two remarks about. The first one is, oh no, the road is blocked. The road in the middle of nowhere on an island
there could
to
have been like a
obvious
landslide.
castles.
I mean,
No, he's saying
No.
they could have just walked around.
oh right.
But no, Native American samurai had to go omae wa mo shinderu
Had
on
to
a
show you how-
mountain.
Yeah, to show you how strong this guy was. So that when Zoro Zoros him later, it's even more impressive how strong Zoro is later.
Facts.
That's the only purpose for that
They
scene.
animated both of them. They did the whole like slash, nothing happens, kaboom, up
Yeah,
the side of the mountain, and then they do the slash again, and he goes, ah, and he falls over later.
yeah. Well, that's what
That
Zoro
happened.
does.
That's
See,
the
this guy's
Zoro.
an imitation. This guy's an imitation Zoro.
And what you don't understand is that One Piece set the book on that shit, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
it was obviously a trope beforehand, but I don't think anyone really did it quite as often as Oda did with Zoro back in the day, or at least the anime.
Didn't I'm trying to think what show. It doesn't matter. That's a different tangent.
Yeah. Anyway, we're back to what we were doing. The house
so, yeah.
explodes.
The house explodes because Native
Native
American
American
samurai
racism
is blowing it
powers.
up, and Zoro was like, "Everyone get down! Like I feel the power coming, whatever." And the whole place explodes. And that's when the goon squad arrives and is like, "The fuck is all this shit? I see you found where the treasure is." And then everyone's like, "Yeah, well, you can't fucking get to it. Fuck you." And then Gonzo goes in and he's like, "I won't let you go anywhere near it." And then the captain or the antagonist, I think he like bitch smacks him or something.
It
Anyway,
was the kid, wasn't it?
The kid ran over to smash him with grandpa. No, don't kill my grandchild. That's totally mine and not. They're not totally not Unan's. And so he gets in the way and like he goes to slash him and like that bitch slaps him. And then they go for the kill again, and then fucking on the nails, which, mind you, I was not impressed with at all because gold is a weak metal.
Oh yeah, no.
Not surprised at all.
Oh, wow,
Oh wow, a guy who literally blings himself in gold, and they're all surprised that gold shatters under pressure. Shocker! You mean if I take steel and I hit gold, the most malleable metal besides copper and tin?
Hey, dude, why? Maybe all he did was take some steel and gold brush it or whatever using chemistry or some shit. Who am I kidding? These guys are idiots. They wouldn't know how to do that.
Right? Like put steel on your fingertips. Like why gold? It's literally the weakest metal.
Man, the last time Kuro did that, you were like, dude, that shit's way too heavy.
Minecraft knows that. Minecraft knows that gold is weak.
Facts.
Gold is useless. It is literally only shiny.
But anyway, the grandpa gets hit somehow. I don't really remember how, but the soup ends its way on the ground. And then the soup, the pot gets stomped on by the antagonist or something like that. That everyone's like, "How dare you hurt that soup?" or whatever.
That soup had a family. That
soup had a family. And then it's I think that was when Luffy did an attack, but it didn't hit him. It just kind of knocked him back a little bit to get him off the soup. Because that's when Luffy did his gangster stroll up. He was like, "This soup right here, this is my soup.
This shit's delicious.
This shit's fucking amazing. This is the best soup on the fucking
you
planet."
I'm telling you, Luffy's a bird. He shoves, he eats it off the ground. I'm pretty sure he grabbed a in there on accident.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely, he did. He didn't give a shit. He fucking ate
swallowed
that
it
shit whole. Yeah, so he eats the soup from off the ground. He doesn't give a fuck. And he
Weirdest
tells him, he's like,
flex
"This is the
ever.
best soup ever. You don't even know." And I mean, the old man and the kid are like, "Oh, dude, man, that was a nice touch." And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I mean, I'm not saying that it's like a bad touch to like save the food from being wasted, but weren't you like literally saving that for your friend? And either way, like he just went down and fucking ate it. He didn't give him permission. Like he
Again.
just
Again, weirdest flex ever.
yeah, it's like I'll eat this fucking soup off the ground. I don't give a shit.
You want to know how badass I am?
Rocks, pots, and all.
Dude, sign this man up for the salty spittoon. But then they do their little bantering back and forth, and I think the Native American samurai starts an attack, and then Zoro catches him up with a triple sword, and then that's when everyone's like, "Oh, dude, he's using the three sword style. He must be Pirate Hunter Zoro," and it's like, bruh.
We already
We've met him already. You've met him already, but fair enough. So that's when Zoro and the Native Americans start duking it out, and immediately Zoro's already mentioning about how he doesn't really feel like the Native American samurai dude's like heart is really in the fight. He feels like the dude does not want to fight Zoro on his behalf, but he's doing it anyway. And Zoro's like, "Well, your spirit is weak. That you hesitate for a split moment before every attack.
Is weak.
So it's that split moment that I'm going to use to defeat you." And then the Native American's like, "Fuck you! I don't give a shit." He's like anger slashing or whatever. They do the stalemate, the patented Zoro move. He gets it off, and
That reminds me about like the comment for the warrior spirit thing about the Native American guy, which is another adding on, right? Kind of.
Okay, well, he's not the only one with a warrior spirit. To be fair, I'll point that one out.
Warrior spirit. That's not what I'm talking about. It's
Okay.
the why he's fighting. So Khal Drago, got me saying it now.
Khal Drago.
He's like, "I'll pay you 3 gold for that man to kill that man. No, 10 gold. No, 1,000 gold. No, 2,000 gold." And like he's happier to kill this kid. And that means what?
Oh, oof. Yeah, he's literally just buying him. Well, I mean, like, I don't know. He's just a mercenary. Man, why? Okay, I think you're the ones making this a little racist, my guy. All right, let's chill
that
out.
was a stretch, but like the rest of it's like point. Like,
Yeah, no, for sure.
this is just adding on to insult.
Yikes. But yeah, so Zoro's the man, as he do in fights, especially in the beginning, and in a lot, to be fair. in most. Yikes. But regardless, then it goes to Luffy and the main captain guy, and the main captain guy and him are like fighting it out. They're doing their thing. They're like, batting back and forth. At one point, Luffy gives him a big fat bell to the face, and the dude's like, "Well,
I'm pretty sure Luffy just literally runs through all his like previous boss fight, like
yeah. So this is where I was
order of like how he learned them or did them or revealed them.
No, because the bell was the thing he used against Kuro, and I think that was like the first thing he used, and he finished it with the bazooka, which was introduced during Buggy.
Yeah, no, he did it in that order though. He went Gum Gum Pistol, what was it? I'm trying to remember them all.
Well, all I'm saying is
the
last one we know is Bell, and that was like one of the first things he does. Is all I'm saying.
No, but I'm saying in previous fights he has done the other one, like the Gatling one.
Yes,
Yeah,
he runs through his
has.
entire arsenal, not necessarily in the order he learned
I'm
them.
pretty sure he did the bazooka
It's
one
not.
last.
The bazooka one is last.
Exactly.
We learned. That's like one of the first ones we learned.
Bazooka's usually his killing move anyway.
Yeah, the bazooka is like we learned the bazooka when Kobe was introduced. He did bazooka on what's her name, I think, or was that Pistol?
That was Gum Gum Pistol.
He's
Well,
definitely
then
used bazooka early on.
Bazooka on Buggy for sure. I know that for a fact.
Okay.
The last
Yeah.
one he's used is Bell, which
It's
is what
in
he
no
used to beat
particular
Kuro.
order. It's
Yeah, I don't
definitely
think it's not really in any particular order. And then he also used the pile driver, which he used on the lion dude from the Buggy arc or whatever.
Mhm.
But regardless, yeah, he uses his entire arsenal. He uses pistol, the bazooka, the pile driver, and the bell or whatever, the one where he bashes his fucking face in. And
I'm not gonna lie, this whole fight though was boring me. Like this was like the one time where I was like watching the fight and I was,
Wow,
this is just-
the fights aren't that impressive early on.
it really isn't. Like,
I
like,
mean,
oh wow,
I'm fine
he's
with
throwing
them,
his whole
but
arsenal.
I'm not gonna swear by them. If anything, like gags are the real charm here.
yeah, I'm watching these early episodes of gags, dude. That's what I'm here for.
The conspiracy killing.
Just saying. I mean, to be honest, more so for the like, dude, these guys are probably chill. Who cares if they steal our treasure? They gave us food. I love shit like that. Fucking idiots. Yeah, so then they're duking it out. They're fighting. At one point, Luffy breaks his entire armor, and everyone's like, "Oh, gee,
Shocker,
that's
it's gold.
pretty sweet shit." Well, I'd like to see you break some fucking gold armor.
Give me a hammer.
All right, let's go.
Do you need? He did it with his bare hands.
He's
Kid.
made of fucking rubber, and he can deflect bullets. We're talking anime here.
Right.
You want to throw
Guys,
shit
come
at
on.
me?
Hey,
Stop
I'm
it.
hey, you're the one.
You guys do this to me every episode. Ooh, it's anime, and I throw it back at your face this fucking time. Now you know what it feels like, asshole.
Whatever. But anyway, so he breaks his armor or whatever. And I remember thinking it was really interesting that so Luffy catches the laser a couple of times in the fight.
Yeah, in
The
the
sound laser.
The first time he gets hit by it, he does like a little smirk, which is to my understanding might be him understanding that it's not really like a destruction beam. It's more like an impact beam.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he,
I mean,
like-
it's a sonic boom. That's what it is.
yeah, but usually Luffy, when he deals with these bosses, he actually has a strategy with defeating each boss he defeats early on in the series, which I don't really understand later on. But early on, you get that he knows how to defeat them based on their attributes.
Actually, that's a good point. Yeah, the first one he very explicitly like he tanks just to see like what it would do, and when he realized like what he was up against, that was probably when he got the idea. I think I can bounce this shit back at him. So they do get out for a little bit, and that was one of the last things he does. Is after he gets ready for his final Kamehameha wave, Luffy blows up into his gum balloon and he gets ready to slingshot himself. He tanks it and he's storing it inside of himself or whatever. And he's like,
Yes.
hey buddy, you dropped this. Fucking throws
He hits him with that reverse
that shit
Uno
back.
card.
I just like the
Reverse.
idea.
Hard Uno reverse.
I just like the whole idea of the fact that he took sonic wave laser beam, mind you, sound wave, and launched it backwards.
Oh yeah, no, it's absolutely bullshit. But whatever.
Like my brain is having a hard time with this fight because I was like, what? I'm
Yeah.
so confused about this gum power. Is it loud or is it a laser? What is it?
I guess like they're just expecting you to understand that it's
It's
somehow
anime.
tangible when
It's
it
anime.
doesn't have to be completely made of sound, I guess, because I mean it doesn't look like it's completely made of sound. It looks like it's got a few other pieces in there or something. I don't know.
Lasers in it.
It's got lasers in it. It's the Kamehameha wave. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, so he fucking launches that shit back. And that's when the dude was like, that was really bad. Then Luffy's like, oh, I ain't done yet, son. Gum bazooka. Fucking launches that shit sky high. And that's it. That's the end of the fight. And then everyone, team gets together, and then they're like, you know what? Yeah, we did
You're
it.
gonna
That
go
was
down
fun.
to the cave. They're like,
Let's go
okay,
down
let's
into the
go see what's up.
cave and
To
go
the
go see-
revealing of
get the
Gonzo's body.
treasure. And they go down the stairs, and then they find Wuhan's body
Gonzo.
as a skeleton. And then they see like a note written behind, and then Gonzo makes a note. He's like, "Yeah, this is definitely his handwriting." And then basically, Wuhan was talking about his travels and his adventure. He was like, "If anyone's come to get the treasure, it's not here anymore. I gave every single bit of it back to the place I found it at."
Did the motherfucker keep receipts from the people he stole from?
Yeah, dude, he kept a log.
Clearly,
That's why I'm telling you, this is feeding more into my final conspiracy theory.
this is why that the fucking Odin guy has to be Wuhan, because he could remember all that
Well,
stuff
I'm
from the
saying.
beginning. When he kept all
this
the
is
money.
the finale of my theory. This is where I'm going to stop after this. Is literally so that backstory part, right? We're going to back to that in a minute. I think what happened is this: we're on the plateau. That scene took place on a cliffside. They're on the plateau. Gonzo made up that story to justify him murdering Gonzo, because he's Woonan, by
Oh.
throwing him over the cliff. Picked his body up later on. Took up a whole story of I don't know what happened to Woonan.
I mean, you don't just grow bones. Calm down. He probably just took a random goon off the ship and put his body there.
Who knows? You don't know that. You
So
didn't see
many
his
layers, dude.
That skeleton was from a grown man, all right?
Layers, they
That's
stack, and I'm
still
telling you.
clearly a grown man. That's just some random dude.
How long ago did he die? No one knows.
I mean, if the story's to be believed, like 2 decades ago,
We don't know.
we
How
don't.
long is that Udon ship? been around?
Anyway, we understand. Gonzo's not alive.
Yeah. So Gonzo starts saying like, I read this. This is definitely his handwriting, and then he starts. And then Wuhan starts. The story from Wuhan is that he gave all the treasure back to where he found it, and he was like, you know what I realized, what I wanted out there all along wasn't the treasure, it was the adventure to get the treasure. And after I got everything I wanted, I was like, you know what, I'm good, fam. And he gave everything back, and he's like, now I left myself here in this place with the only thing that I truly treasure, and it was the pirate flag that was ripped, that saved his life, and that he remembers from when Gonzo tried to save his life and stuff. He's like, this is my only real treasure.
Right,
And then
so-
Gonzo's like,
Also with the beta cuck move of, and please don't destroy this temple or this body after I'm dead. Please, again, confirming that, he totally wrote out like, hey guys, I need to prove that I'm innocent so I don't feel as guilty later on.
oh my
After
God.
20 years of killing my best friend to steal his gold and make an udon business. I'm telling you, man.
So they essentially wrote in the plot of One Piece within this One Piece movie, which is
I don't know about all
which is
that.
really the adventure, not the end goal.
Oh, yeah.
Is
Yeah, I
the
know
whole
that.
plot point here of One Piece, and
But I
Oda
wanna
probably
say, I'm going to say the creator of One Piece has said numerous times the final treasure is not going to be
Right.
the power of friendship or some
Right,
bullshit.
but
It will
what
be a
if-
tangible treasure
what
of
if
some
it
kind.
was, and he watched this movie and said, nah.
It's gonna
that-
be devil fruit. It's gonna kill everyone.
he literally watched this movie, was like, guys, what a shitty ending.
This was him
Like-
sourcing out like, all right, let's see how everyone takes this.
No, supposedly the creator has said two things. He already has the final panel drawn and like what the One Piece is like since before he started writing the series. So that's like been set in stone for a long time. That's like a whole thing.
Huh.
But regardless, yeah. So the dude's like, yeah, I just wanted the adventure. I didn't really want the treasure. And then Gonzo's like, you're my boy, Blue. I'll never forget you either. And then the little kid was like, you know what, old man, I finally realize now, life's about finding your own adventure. It doesn't have to be, fucking glamorous and shit. I shouldn't be hating on you so much. The old man's like, son, you got to do whatever you got to do. And then I don't know, they cut back to the beach or some shit like that. And then they're all saying their goodbyes or whatever. And then Luffy and the crew and the Gonzo and fucking Kobe 2.0 are like, well, this is a really fun adventure. And then they were like, yeah, dude, facts. Let's do it again sometime or some shit. I don't know what they said. They fucking, who really cares? It's the falling action.
All right, so the
Then now they
movie
pays
basi-
them back, and then they're like, he was
Right.
like, nah, they still owe me.
oh
I
yeah,
wanna
yeah.
see your
And then
face
Nami pay him back. And then there's also that good bit of like, and you guys can pay me interest. And then Zoro's like, the fuck? And then she's like, yeah, 3 times interest. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. It'll be a loan.
3 times of 11 cents, still only 33 cents.
It's still 33 cents.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. They can find 33 cents like off the fucking street. Like, come on.
But I
dude.
mean, it is interest, so it's compounding over time. So
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
start off at
Nami's
33
smart.
cents,
Yeah,
and then you're
and
getting
she even
interest.
goes into that too. Like whenever she gives any of them loans, like it'll be like 3 episodes later. Yeah, now you guys, I loaned you 200 berries. Well, now you guys owe me like 2,000, and they're like, how the fuck did that happen?
It's like 2 minutes later.
Yeah, no, it's like it compounded minutely. Sorry.
So this is where the movie ends, and we see the small bit about them doing like little random things. We're gonna assume that this is just like a little fan service type thing.
Yeah, I loved all those panels. They were great.
I didn't watch it. As soon as I finished, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool. But all right, so we're gonna go to the quotes. Anybody got quotes here?
They're idiots.
Woonan was an inside job.
Yeah, it's funny Simmy mentioned it because one of my favorites was when Usopp does the
Yeah, yeah.
bit of like looking into the camera and going, "These guys are fucking idiots."
Yeah, I like that one.
That was
That's
one
my
I
vote,
wrote
too.
down on
That's
All right, I got 2 of them. When Gonzo / Woonan was telling the story about the cliff, Luffy interjects when they're falling down the cliff. He goes, "Did you die?"
Oh yeah. Yeah, I wrote that down too.
I forgot all
But
about
did you die?
that.
But did you die?
and it's like they
This is
remember
just
like,
showing that fucking Pixar or whatever stole from them in Ice Age 3.
Dude, I didn't want to watch that movie.
I didn't watch that movie.
I did not watch Ice Age 3.
Most people.
no, I do
uh,
remember that one. Yeah,
I
the
say-
muskrats met like the older muskrat, and then
Also-
they were
Yeah.
like,
But then I died, and then I lived.
Guys,
"But then I
I say
He stole it when the movie came out first.
also
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Devin.
Pixar stole it.
Devin, Pixar didn't make Ice Age.
I was gonna say DreamWorks.
I don't know
but-
who the fuck made it.
They make quality movies like Cars 2.
Like Cars 2. Shut the fuck up. And The Good Dinosaur. Come on,
Right.
dude.
All right. So the next one I have is the top 10 quotes said by filler characters. This is so that we can be able to meet again.
Yeah, that everyone got done with the Native American. He was like, "You come find me again. Let's fight again when you find your spirit or whatever."
Right.
And I'm like, "You are never gonna see this man ever again."
Toby also says it at the end. He goes,
Goodbye,
"I hope to meet you guys
forgettable
again."
movie villain.
You will literally never see this man ever again. That's also good shit.
Honestly, if I have to give a Ham Award, I'm assuming we're calling it a Ham Award still.
Well,
These are
different.
quotes. These are just memorable quotes.
Best quote. The
This is our
Oh.
just quote of the movie.
I feel like we can
I
just.
think my quote of the movie has to be just, "Hey, Luffy, can you not? I'm not."
Oh,
just
the
that
anger
whole
with
bit.
the anger thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was my favorite. Just that was
That's a good one, too.
That audibly made me chuckle, and
We're
I
gonna
actually got yelled at by Crystal because she was working when I watched it.
just leave them at memorable quotes. I don't feel like ranking them. It's kind of
Okay, all right. That's fair.
memorable
That's
quotes.
That's
But the
fair.
ham. Who do we give this ham to?
I'm telling you, Woonan,
I feel like
giving
we
it to
gotta
Woonan.
give it to Zoro because he found the place. He duked it out with the dude first. He had a great bit when he was like, "Luffy, could you not?" And, and then he gave Luffy the opportunity to be like, "Bro, I'm not." Fucking spoon fed him that bit.
All right, you went with the serious route. I'm going with the meme. Usopp was a meme god in this movie.
I mean, that's fair.
He had the running bit in the beginning, the middle, and the end. All right, don't give him. Don't add him.
He opens up. I found an elephant tuna. Just kidding. I love the fact
It goes
the
back
bottle-
to it.
The bottle had an elephant tuna on it too. That's what I love too. I don't know what the hell that
Immediately
bottle.
goes back to it. They call him out. They go, nobody's gonna fall for that, and he goes, and then it goes back to it. He goes, I got a big one,
My man, dude, my boy.
and then he gets the opportunity to actually spin a lie for people with Nami as a
And
helper.
people believe it.
And people believe it, dude.
it.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah, I'll give it to Usopp. I'll always give it my boy Usopp any day.
I'm about
I mean,
it.
Again, for me, I'm just gonna have to say my vote still goes to Inside Job. Like, I'm sorry.
He gives
That's
it to
my favorite
Gonzo,
meme
and
of this
Gonzo-
entire movie.
Woonan.
Gonzo is
Gonzo.
actually Woonan, and Woonan killed Gonzo.
What about you, sidekick
Wake up,
Simi?
people.
I'm giving it to Danny, and Donnie.
The three pirate goons.
Yeah, the Future
Do
Dragoons.
you actually know their names? What
I
were they?
did.
No,
Danny, and Donnie. That's actually
that's
their
not their names.
That
No
is their
way.
name.
Definitely not.
Why do you
They're
know
right
that?
now.
I don't know why you're
Right now.
questioning
It's definitely
Stallone's
their names.
knowledge.
Google that.
You're right.
Google that shit. Go ahead.
We can't question him anymore after Captain Morgan.
No, he's right. No, you're absolutely right. Simi has the knowledge.
100% right.
Don't question the Simi.
Why do you know that? I don't care.
Is that what?
I want to give it to Simi now just for knowing that.
He gets the golden ham.
I know. I vote Usopp still. Fuck
All
those
right,
three
so
stupid
we
ass-
have two Usopp. Christian, you didn't say who.
I'm entirely on the Usopp train for this one too. I'm more than happy to give it to him.
Sheeple. Y'all are sheeple.
Nah.
Usopp wins. So next week, I'd like to start going with the not next week. Whenever we fight the next boss, I'd like to start ranking these bosses.
Oh,
See who's the better boss, who's the better villain. here.
power ring. Well, okay.
Okay, by like who would win, or just by like design, or
By overall character, we're not gonna go with who's stronger.
Oh, like personality.
Yeah,
and
personality,
like,
backstory, all that.
All right.
design.
Okay.
It's all the whole
All right.
shebang.
That's the end. Cut it.
All right. Sweet.
Bye bye.